Hi everybody, Valerie at Harvey's Greenhouse.
I'm Deb.
And we are coming to you today to talk about beginning gardening. And we've found that we've had a lot of customers that have come in and have never put in a garden before, and there's a lot of questions, and it's really pretty simple. So we're just going to kind of go through some of our knowledge and some things that can help you out. And we're starting today with
We're going to start how to prepare the ground to get your garden going. There is many ways to do this. We're going to give you an example that we know.
yeah, so there's a couple different things that happen when you want to put a garden in. We're actually at an existing garden bed here today, and it's in an older established part of town, and there's plenty of black dirt available. So this is going straight into the ground. So we're going to show you guys kind of how we amend the soil and get it ready. But if you are in a newer part of town and you likely don't have enough black soil to get a garden going, there's a few things that you can do, and one of them may be even a raised bed situation. And Deb, what's your recommendation for them on how much soil you need?
So on a raised bed, your soil needs to be at least 8 inches deep, so the roots of the plants have some place to go. So don't do something that's just like a couple or just a border. It needs to be 8 inches deep. On the soil, you can buy raised bed garden soil that's already mixed for you, or you can mix your own, which is about 60% topsoil, 30% compost, and 10% potting mix, so you get a little of that perlite and bark stuff in there for drainage.
Yeah. So you guys can contact us if you need help figuring out what to put in your raised bed garden situation. But the biggest thing we want you to know is that you need at least 8 inches of depth of good soil. So if you're unsure, if you're in a newer construction home, or if you're just unsure because you've never planted a garden, you can always go out into your yard and dig a hole down, and you can see exactly where the black dirt ends and the clay will start. It'll be two totally different colors. They'll go from black to tan really quickly, and you'll be able to know. So that might be something that you start out by investigating. But if you have a more established yard, you may have just plenty of good black soil, and you can just plant straight into your garden. So today we're going to show you what happens when you have an established yard. And so we're going to show you this little area behind us. We brought a few products. We're going to get it tilled up, because that is the most important thing at this time of year, getting your garden bed ready. We're going to throw a few products in there, and then we're actually going to plant a few things in here. So as always, don't hesitate if you guys have any questions. We're here to help you. We want you to be successful gardeners.
One of the other things that I want to add is, when we were kids, we had a large garden. We grew so much. You don't have to have a huge garden.
Yeah.
This one is just a small space that we have here that we're working with. It does not have to be huge and overwhelming. Start small if you want to. Be successful, and then next year you can add to it if you want to.
Yeah. Another good tip, and we could go on and on all day, but another good tip that my grandma always has suggested is that you should plant the things that you buy at the grocery store all the time. There's so many vegetables and options to plant in your garden, but really focus on what you are repeatedly buying at the grocery store throughout the season, and plant those things, because you know that you'll use them, and you know it'll be a benefit, and you'll go through it. So
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I've gotten excited, and I've planted some things that we really didn't even eat. So it was just it was fun, but it was like, okay, how many eggplants can we eat? There's only so many ways to prepare eggplant. So anyways, we're gonna get started on this. Today we brought composted manure, which we sell in bags at Harvey's Greenhouse, and we also brought some topsoil. So just a little bit of fresh black dirt to add to the mix. So we're gonna get that spread out, and we're gonna get the tiller fired up. And if you guys don't have a tiller and you need a recommendation, we'll be posting a local link for Jamie Zika offers garden tilling. And so you could give him a call, and he can come out and till up a spot for you. So here we go.
With us today are things that can go in the garden now. Cold crops. Anything that likes the cold will do well. broccoli, cauliflower, cabbages, kale, all that fun stuff. Onions you can do now. So these are the onions that we brought with us. Oh, shallots are the big ones, a real mild onion. And then I brought just some Spanish onion sets, which are less sugar, so they keep them. We also brought with us onion plants, which are the sweeter onions. So if you want a good onion for a burger, those are the best. We brought with us some lettuce, some cabbage, and we also brought a package of peas because peas like the cold as well. A lot of these things you can actually do 2 crops of, a spring crop and a fall crop, because they like the cold.
Okay, tilling is completed. A couple of tips for you. You might want to wear garden gloves so you can get a good grip. I don't know if you guys saw this tiller kind of pulling me around, but getting a good grip on that thing. It's a small tiller, but it's still a little bit to handle. And my husband will tell you I always wear the wrong shoes. Flip-flops are not the best thing to be wearing. So when you guys go to do it, I recommend that you select a different pair of shoes. But Deb's gonna go ahead and kind of rake things out smooth. This was an established garden bed, so it wasn't too tricky to get tilled up. It may be a little bit more work if you have a area that's never been tilled. So you might plan on having a partner or somebody to help you take turns getting it going. So we are going to get this all raked out and we're going to start laying out our vegetables and show you guys how we get those planted. All right, you guys, well, there you have it. We have this little garden bed in. I'll just do a little recap. We planted some cabbage. You've got a couple rows of sweet peas. Got a couple of rows of lettuce. We've got our row of shallots. This is a mixture row of onions. This is our onion sets and our Texas Super Sweet.
So our hands are dirty, our knees are filthy, and the neighbor's mower is going. So we have a garden bed all put in.
Right now, some good things that you guys could be putting in that are seasonally appropriate are potatoes and onions and cold crops such as broccoli, cabbage, lettuces, kale, cauliflower, kohlrabi,
spinach.
Yep. Strawberries you put in. Seeds.
Oh yes.
Seeds. Okay, here's the deal with seeds. You can plant them now, and if they have a few weeks to come up before the freezing and the frost is done, you'll be just fine. Peas are one that can tolerate a little bit of frost, but like your carrots and things like that, maybe hold off another week or so. Yep. So you could put some seeds in. We have these really handy dandy garden planners down at Harvey's that tell you exactly when to put things in based off of the last frost-free date. But the one thing that we want you guys all to know with this video is that it is not exactly go time yet. There are some things you can get going on. But please check with us prior to planting things out. I know that in just a few days we have an overnight of 29 degrees.
Yes.
And there are plenty of things that will not love 29 degrees. But what we put in the garden today will do just fine at 29 degrees.
And if you want to start them inside, we have seed trays that will fill up with seed starting mix. You can start stuff inside so it's up and going when it is go time.
Yes. So we'll leave you with that. And as always, we're here for any questions. Let us know if there's anything we can help you with, and we will see you in the next video.